So today we're going to show you how to make some keto meatballs and an easy marinara sauce. They're super delicious. The sauce only takes about 5 minutes and they only have 5 grams of net carbs per serving. So first to your blender, you're going to add one 28-ounce can of San Marzano tomatoes. Next, 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, 1 teaspoon of salt. You can use more or less depending on what you prefer. And lastly, 1/4 cup of olive oil. Then you're just going to blend this until everything is completely combined, and we're going to set it aside. Alright, so next you can go ahead and get started on your meatballs. So to a large mixing bowl, you're going to add 1 pound of ground pork. Next, 1 pound of ground beef. Then you can add in 2 eggs that you're going to want to scramble a little bit before. 1 teaspoon of parsley. You can use dried like we did, or you could use 2 tablespoons of fresh. Next, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, half a cup of warm water, half a cup of almond flour, or you could use crushed pork rinds, whichever you prefer. And you're going to go ahead and mix everything until it's well combined. Next, you're going to line your baking sheet with some foil, and we're going to form our meatballs. So you want them to be about equal in size, about 2 inches or so. You can use an ice cream scoop or a cookie scoop to help make these a little bit more even, which is what we did. Once your meatballs are all formed, you can add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil to a pan over medium heat. You're going to want to wait until this is nice and hot to add your meatballs. If you add them and they sizzle, you know it's ready. If not, then you're going to want to wait a couple more seconds until it gets hot enough. Then we're going to go ahead and fry them for about 2 minutes on each side or so until nice and brown. That's going to give you a lot of flavor. If you're running short on time, you could also just throw them into the oven for about 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And then we're going to move on to our next step once these are all fried and ready to go. You're going to go ahead and grease a baking sheet, add the meatballs. We're using a glass baking dish. You could also use a metal baking dish if that's what you have on hand. Once all of your meatballs are fried and ready to go, you can go ahead and pour all of that sauce that we made over top. If you didn't make your own, you can go ahead and use any low-carb brand. We like to use Rayo's in a pinch, but it's completely up to you. You're just going to want to cover everything with as much sauce as you can. Alright, next you're going to top generously with cheese. We used Parmesan, but you can use any combination of that and mozzarella. Finally, we're going to cover these with aluminum foil and bake it in a 350 degree oven for about 20 minutes or until the meatballs reach an internal temperature of at least 160 degrees. You can also broil these for a couple minutes at the end once everything's cooked through if you like the cheese to be nice and browned. And at this point it's ready to enjoy, so you can go ahead and serve this over zoodles or spaghetti squash if you'd like. We just decided to eat it plain, but I hope you enjoy.